My name is Margaret, and this is the story of the Christmas morning I will never forget. Not because of joy, not because of presents, but because on that day I learned that sometimes the coldest place in the world isn't outside in the winter air. It's inside the walls of your own home. I am 72 years old. My husband passed away years ago, and ever since then I have tried my best to hold my little family together. Every Christmas I decorated the tree, I baked cookies, I wrapped presents, and I waited for the front door to open, hoping I would still matter enough to be visited. But every year the visits became fewer. The phone calls became shorter, and the excuses became longer. This Christmas, my children had promised they would come. I cleaned the house, I polished the old ornaments, I even bought small gifts for everyone, wrapping them slowly, smiling at the memories they carried. The night before Christmas, I placed the presents carefully under the tree. The lights glowed softly in the living room, and for a brief moment I felt something warm inside my heart. Hope. But when I woke up the next morning, the house was silent. No laughter, no footsteps, no voices, just the quiet hum of the heater and the distant sound of car tires on snow. I made tea and sat by the window, watching the snow fall. I kept telling myself, they're just late. They'll be here soon. It's Christmas. Hours passed. Still nothing. Then there was finally a sound, but it wasn't my family. It was a sharp knock at the door. I opened it, expecting to see at least one of my children. Instead, I saw a man in a uniform holding an envelope. "Are you Margaret?" he asked. "Yes," I whispered. He handed me the envelope gently. "You've been served," he said. And then he left, just like that. No greeting, no warmth, just the cold winter air rushing in behind him. I stood there for a long moment before I finally closed the door. My hands trembled as I sat down and opened the envelope. Inside was a court notice. My own children were trying to take my home, the home my husband and I built, the home I raised them in, the home filled with memories and ghosts of better days. My heart broke in a way I cannot describe, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly, the way ice cracks under pressure. I sat there in the dim light of the Christmas tree, holding legal papers instead of gifts, and suddenly I felt truly old, truly alone, truly unwanted. But here is the part of the story I need you to hear. I did not break. I did not give up. After the tears dried, something inside me grew stronger, stronger than the pain, stronger than the fear, stronger than the loneliness. I went to court. I spoke my truth. I showed every receipt. Every tax payment since the day we bought that house, every effort I had made to keep my life together. And slowly, quietly, truth began to speak louder than lies. On the final day of the hearing, the judge looked at me with kind but steady eyes and said, "Ma'am, your house is yours. No one has the right to take from you what you have built." I cried again that day, but those tears were warm. My children lost more than a case that day. They lost my trust. They lost my presence in their lives. They lost a mother who would always be waiting. Now I spend Christmas very differently, not waiting, not hoping for people who do not value me, but being grateful for the peace I finally found inside myself. So if you are listening to my story right now and you feel forgotten or betrayed or alone, please remember this. Age does not make you weak. Loneliness does not make you worthless. And justice, even when slow, still finds its way. Sometimes the coldest Christmas leads to the warmest strength. And that is my story.